السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم اغفر ذنوبنا، اللهم ارحمنا، اللهم ارحمنا جلينا، اللهم استخدمنا في خدمة القرآن والإيمان والإسلام. اللهم ارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه، وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم، والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
Okay, we're reading Seedbed of the Light, the third treatise, Arguments for Resurrection, page number 56 on the book and 10 for us. And we're going to be reading the first bullet point on that page. The Creator has infinite munificence and generosity, and treasuries of blessings and favor. Among these are suns replete with light and trees full of fruit. This infinite generosity and wealth demand an eternal realm of feasting and the permanent existence of those who are in need. An infinite generosity requires an infinite bestowal of favor that, in turn, demands the perpetual existence of those who will be favored and return it by giving thanks. Otherwise, returning that perpetual favor would be restricted to each individual's limited lifespan.
No. Same contradiction. Do you notice that? Three elements are discussed here. One is generosity. Munificence is infinite. Although it is taking place in a limited world, but the world is limited, but the source, the word points to the source that it is unlimited.
Right.
We have to understand this. That is the key point. The production is limited, but the quality of the production points that its source is unlimited. The universe shows that its source of existence is unlimited. We have to make sure for ourselves. Is it really so? We have to study. Continuously renewed, simultaneously taking place with no difficulties, shows that the source is infinite. Otherwise, it will take time. It will follow step by step. Yeah, if it wasn't infinite. And also, variety is so much, and there's no confusion. Everything is perfect within itself. There's no fault in creation, demonstrating that the source is not unlimited. Now, if the source is infinite, wealth is infinite, generosity is infinite, the creator of this fruits and everything that we experience in this world is infinite, then why not to manifest this quality in an infinite form?
Right.
Why not? And especially those people who are happy, those conscious beings who are happy and appreciative to the infinite qualities that You are infinite. We conscious beings know, and we are aware that the source is infinite, and we say, look, you have given me a cup of tea, but we know that your generosity is infinite. And we don't thank only for one cup of tea. Through one cup of tea, we thank you and acknowledge that your generosity is infinite. This dialogue. Right. Now, let's put it in this way. Make it in contrast. Source is infinite, and conscious beings, human beings, are responding to the infinite, thanking for his infinite generosity, not for a cup of tea. Requires what? This infinite source must respond back and saying that, no, you didn't really acknowledge me only for a cup of tea, but you acknowledged me as to be the infinite source, and I can do it, I will do it. If we think, the human being said, no, he is not going to do it, it doesn't make sense. Of course, in practical terms, what we have to notice, two steps, two elements that we have to be very careful. One, looking at this limited universe. The universe is limited, but pointing to the unlimited source. We have to make sure this one, it is the case. If you are not sure about it, then there's a problem. You cannot believe in the eternal life, the existence of the eternal life, or the necessity of the existence of the eternal life. You cannot. Why? Because you are not sure that the source is infinite. You must make sure, from your perspective, without using any prejudice.
Question. For me to acknowledge that the source is infinite, why must the universe be limited?
No, not just the opposite. Think about it on the opposite way. The limited universe points to the necessity of the existence of an infinite source.
Okay.
Now, but if you start from since the source is infinite, it doesn't work. Okay. And coming back to the universe, it is a logical contradiction. Right. Because first of all, when you say since the source is infinite, I would say stop there and say, how do you know? Right. How did you get this idea? I got this idea because of the witnessing of the limited universe. So the witnessing of the limited universe takes the priority. And it points to the infiniteness of the source. So we have to be consistent. Huh? Now, if it is so, that was the number one point that we have to make sure. Number 2 point, since we are living in a limited world, we are receiving limited bounties, grace. But we have to use our intelligence, human qualities. We are receiving limited bounties. Every limited bounty points to the
unlimited
source.
Yeah.
So if I say, thank you, alhamdulillah, using the religious language, I'm very happy and thankful to God that He gave me a cup of tea. No, it is not enough. Because through a cup of tea, we have to acknowledge that the one who gave me a cup of tea is in fact infinite. Now, must be infinite. So I am thankful for what? Not for a cup of tea, your infinite generosity. We have to do that, because what we usually do under the name or pretext of being modest, what we say, alhamdulillah, this is enough. Yeah. There are some other people who don't have this either. Yeah, I have a cup of tea, but there are some other people who don't have a cup of tea. So I am better off. I have to be thankful. Of course, it implies that those people who don't have a cup of tea should not be thankful for their existence. So they can be ungrateful to the Creator because it's their right, because the Creator hasn't given them anything. Do you see what I mean? That implies. So we should be very careful not to think for the amount, my sentence was wrong, not to thank for the amount. Use the amount as a means of acknowledging the source's infinity. Everything. One atom is enough to understand that in order to give existence to this atom, one has to be infinite, right? So amount, it means quantity is not important. Whether you are given 1 cup of tea, example, or 1 orange or 10 oranges, does it matter? Do we know that the Creator is more generous because He gave me 10 oranges, not 1 orange? Where is your orange? No, you didn't bring it. So you didn't give me 10 oranges, so He is mean to me. It doesn't mean that. The 1 orange or 10 orange should not make any difference for us. Because 1 orange is enough for us to understand that the Creator of this orange, by examining the qualities of the orange, how it comes into existence, and how it is related to my need, we understand that the source is absolutely knowledgeable, absolutely merciful, absolutely powerful, with no limit to His power, to His knowledge, and His mercy. He's demonstrating it. This is the point that they usually missed. We thank for what we are given.
In that case, is having, or not just the amount or quantity, but is having any generosity even necessary to point to the infinite source?
If you have no sign at all,
Right.
how would you know?
Because just because something isn't there doesn't mean that it cannot be there.
But there is something, you exist, don't you?
Sure.
Your
if we're
existence
talking-
is enough,
Right.
at least.
Yeah, yeah.
At least your existence. But there are myriad other factors that we experience.
Right.
Every single thing. That is the argument of the Quran. Every single being glorifies God. What does it mean? Every single being demonstrates, witnesses that it is Creator is absolute. Glorify means with no limitation, with no fault. Nothing is missing, no shortcoming. Glorious tasbih. But the Quran's claim is this: nothing is exempt from this. Even you don't like something, for example, a rotten orange. In the existence of the rotten orange, the elements, the particles of the rotten orange, what you witness, only an absolute being can create this rotten orange. Give existence to this rotten orange. Don't confuse that. There are some things that we don't like. Your disliking is another matter. But the existence of the things that you don't like is the point. Earthquake, we don't like. In order to be able to create the earthquake, one has to have an absolute power. Create. The existence is the point. Alaykum salam. That is, no. So, the last sentence, otherwise, if we think, but in order to be able, it doesn't seem to be related. That's why I keep repeating. In order to be able to make sure that eternal existence must take place, you have to look at the universe as a source of your evidence and see that every single being within the universe is the witness to the necessity of the existence of the absolute being. If you don't witness here and experience and make sure for yourself that the source of existence of anything that we experience here must be absolute, there is no way to believe in the existence of the eternal life. It means resurrection. Limited, and my life is limited. The things are limited. The source of the things are limited. How can I expect this limited being to create an infinite life? So, belief in the infinite life necessitates what? Our attitude in this world. How we see the creation in this world. That's why this universe or anything within this universe must be used as a witness to the resurrection. That logic must be complete. Why the resurrection should take place? Yeah, I am limited. I am giving limited opportunities within this universe. But this limitedness of this universe points to the infinity of its creator. And I am communicating with the creator, not within a limited form. For example, you give me $100, thank you. But why not 1,000? So quantitative evaluation or appraisal of the universe does not help. We have to look at the quantity here, but see how this limited quantity points to the infinite quality of its creator. That transition must take place. If you do this, for example, if you thank the creator of the orange, even he gave me, let's say, one segment of the orange. Just one segment. If you realize that this segment of the orange is created by the absolute one, necessarily must be created by the absolute one, then don't worry about it. Definitely we have a comfortable heart, comfortable mind to believe in the necessity of the existence of resurrection and eternal life, eternal existence afterwards. Because you thanked for what? To the absolute generous creator. That's your capacity. And you are sure that the creator is absolute. Why this absolute creator should not manifest in an absolute unlimited form? That's very easy.
Can you say that again? Can you say that last sentence again?
Why must the absolute creator not manifest his creation in an absolute form?
Since I communicated with him, right, and acknowledged him as the absolute one. But if you say, Alhamdulillah, I've been given only one sweater, but that's enough. You know, I'm okay. There are some other people who have no sweater at all. This is not a realistic approach. No, the purpose of creation is not quantitative. Although the universe is huge, doesn't matter with it.
Okay,
so I have been given only limited opportunities. No one says that within this universe, I have been given infinite opportunities. Because we are going to die in this type of existence.
Does that imply that I must at least experience infinite qualities, not within this universe, but at least?
No, you have to be convinced. We have to be
Right.
convinced that we can. That's our capacity.
Okay.
Our capacity is such that we are limited creatures, but human capacity can acknowledge the existence of the unlimited source. We have to use it.
Irrespective of whether that happens or doesn't happen, but we're talking about logically we must be able to.
What do you mean by it happens or doesn't happen? What doesn't happen or what happens? What do you mean?
Experiencing infinite qualities.
You have to. You have the quality. If you didn't have the quality, you wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't be responsible for it. You have the quality. You have to use it. For example, let's say somebody is created with mental retardedness, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. He's not responsible. Because he cannot comprehend it. As long as you are given the ability, you have to use it.
Can you explain infinite qualities more?
The existence of infinite qualities, not the infinite qualities themselves. Necessity of the infinite qualities. Okay. When you look at the existence of something, you see that the existence of that thing is taking place at the same time with others without taking any time, no hesitation, no lack of perfection. Everything is perfect in its existence. And with the harmony of the whole universe, but nothing is preventing from it, the existence of one thing to another. It doesn't take time. What does it mean? The source must have no limit. Limitless. The source must be limitless. That's why the things are coming, although limited things are coming, but at the same time they are coming without contradicting each other with perfection. With perfection. Everything is perfect. Nothing is lacking. Although we may say there is a child, for example, born, let's say, with no legs. For example, well, with some certain disease. Look at the matter from existential point of view. In order to create a child without legs, what needs to be out there? But I don't like to be without legs. That is different from my existence without legs. These people don't make this distinction. Mostly, we don't make this distinction. If I don't like it, if I don't like the existence of something, definitely I start complaining that why the one who gave existence to it didn't make it perfect. This is because it is not according to my expectations. We have to think of every matter. I think you must be fed up with this expression, from existential point of view. My relationship with the things I like, I don't like, is related to my training in this world. Who am I? Who the Creator is? And I'm giving this opportunity to experience that I cannot guarantee anything in this world. I cannot guarantee anything in this world. The things don't have to happen as I expect. But every existent being points to its source to be the absolute. It's very simple, but we have to follow the logic. We shouldn't just say, I don't know, what we believe in the hereafter, or God says in the Quran, or that there will be their judgment, and afterwards I heard that there will be an eternal life in paradise, in hell. It doesn't work. Then after being convinced about the necessity of the eternal life, when you read the text in Muslim Islamic case, when you read the Quran telling that God provides you eternal habitats, that you will be eternally happy there, homes with no end. Yeah? خالدين فيها أبدا. They will be there with no end. You say, yeah, definitely so, must be so. It must be so. You confirm the message. Simple, is it? But practically, because we are not trained in this way, we don't see that Quran is not to be imitated, but to be confirmed. How can I do that? Quran is a guide, but guide not to be imitated. Take the guide, investigate it within your own capacity, and then conclude that, oh yeah, this guide, what this guy says is correct. That is the tradition. A common tradition, definitely there are exceptions, causes us not to follow the rational conviction and confirmation of the message. We are mostly introduced to the religious matters as matters of faith. You've got to believe it. If you don't believe, then you are losing. Why? Because it is a matter of faith. Have faith. Have faith. So it is meaningless. So to speak that, for example, you have to strengthen your belief so that your life in the hereafter will be guaranteed. You have to be God-fearing. Why? There's no explanation. What do you mean by strengthening the belief? Have a strong belief. Ramadan is approaching. Get ready. Get ready for what? Not a strong belief. Put your already existing belief into practice. There's no strengthening of belief in the culture. So you have to train yourself, educate yourself. Why should I believe in this? How can I conclude that? This is omitted. This cultural atmosphere makes the case difficult. Otherwise, belief matters are not difficult. But the tradition makes it difficult. Religious atmosphere makes it difficult. Otherwise, the belief is not difficult. The belief matters are not difficult.
It blocks you actually from, I think, the belief matters because you're not thinking.
Yeah. That's why you are doubtful within yourself, but pretend to have a strong faith. You see what I mean? I have to have a strong faith. Why? I have to have a strong faith. Why? There's no reason. Okay.
Would it be safe to say or to ask that due to the fact that we see a limited or experience a limited universe in an experience where although we can only see a limit so far, there has to exist because of the realm of the unknown and how science keeps advancing and everything keeps advancing? Can we relate that our limitation has to come from an unlimited, infinite source of existence that creates things way beyond our ability to comprehend?
How do you know the infinite source?
If I reflect on what I see in the universe, what I feel from the universe, and constant discoveries, new discoveries that we had no idea existed before.
Because the universe is limited.
To our experience,
Of course.
to our knowledge here. And then that, based on that, we can say that the source of that limitation has to be infinite.
No. We have to make it clear that without using our limitedness, anything, every being, created being, points to the infinite source of its existence. Now, that is a different sort of topic. Not because we are limited, not because science is discovering new, and it doesn't matter. Whatever they discover, just discover. At the end, it is limited. The universe is limited. This logic doesn't work. So what we have to do, pay attention. This is the guidance from the Quran, but also the reality. But benefit from the Quran. Quran says every single creature, every single being, kulli shay. Kulli shay means every single being, regardless of big, small, complicated, sophisticated, simple, every single being glorifies God. Glorify, we have to understand tasbih. Sabbaha, yusabbihu, whatever. The Quran uses on many occasions. Every single being glorifies. What does glorify mean? His absoluteness, his infinity. The Creator's being unlimited, Creator's being infinite, Creator's having no shortcomings at all. That is the point. Every single being. So we can say, thanks to the limitedness of our power, thanks to the limitedness of our life, thanks to the limitedness of our abilities, thanks to the limitedness of the universe, we understand that the source is infinite. That is the point. So our limitedness is not an handicap. It's not hampering our, no, we cannot understand. I'm not saying you are saying that, huh? Because we are limited. And there must be unlimited one. Why? Because we are limited. But why? Our limitedness, the existence of the limited beings, points to the necessity of the infinite source of its existence. Existence. So we have to see that limitedness is not the excuse to accept the unlimited being. Limitedness is the means to confirm the existence of the unlimited. So we have to be happy that we are limited. And because the limited creation points to the infinite source. So the logic must be pure, clear, and straightforward. Yeah. Study every single being. In order to come into existence, anything exists. How do you explain that? Giving existence while it doesn't exist. Who is this girl? Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. You are back. MashaAllah. Good. Okay. Yours.
So I think so far we're with this topic of resurrection, we're saying that, and this is my question, I want to make sure, we are saying that in every single thing that I observe in the universe, whether it's another being or any or an emotion or thought, anything that exists, if I reflect on how this thing exists, how it comes into existence, then I can come to the conclusion of there's nothing. I'm basically asking if the whole thing points to La ilaha, since we have to constantly reflect on how does this thing come into existence, and the answer is there's no way within this universe I can explain that La ilaha points to, then there has to be something beyond.
There is nothing in this universe, I think you know this, which can be the source of existence of that thing. It's very simple. And then this is expressed in the Quran as La ilaha. That is something else. So that we can confer La ilaha. This message is correct. Afterwards. But are you sure that there is no source of existence of the thing that we are experiencing here gives existence to quality? The thing itself, can it happen by itself? It's simple. Can it give existence to itself? Yeah. Can the elements within that thing give existence to that thing, whatever it is, whatever? No. Stay in the creation. And creation, or the creation, this limited universe, limited creation, thing. So, in the Quran, this is expressed as La ilaha. Then you say, well, the message of the Quran is really correct.
So
Confirm it.
Since we're talking about confirming the necessity of an absolute being, practically, when we do that, practically, when we reflect on this, the only conclusion we truly can come to initially is that there's nothing that can explain the existence of this within this world, which is then like the opposite side of that coin is then there must be.
No, if someone says, I don't know, there are some other corners of the, I don't care. Here I am. I'm not believing in that because there may be something in the universe, and I explore everywhere in the universe that there is no creator. It's stupid. There's no. What do you mean by creator? The concept of creator needs to be explained at the very beginning. Here I experience one orange, one segment of orange, or one cell of an orange, or one atom of an orange. How can I explain the existence of this cell? Don't go into, we investigated the whole universe and there is no creator. We couldn't find any creator in the universe. We don't say that. We don't know. And the concept of creator comes from where? From within the existence of an atom. The creator, the concept of creator, because atom needs to be explained how it exists. And I cannot find any source within the quality of the atom to give existence to itself, or it is not really a perpetual, eternal being in and of itself. It is subject to continuous change, and its existence has no source within itself. For example, let's say the building, make it simple. This building, I can see no maker of this building in the universe. Somebody may say, how do you know? And aliens came and made it. This is not the logic. What we have to do, look at the building itself and investigate the building itself, whether it can first give existence to itself. The second, what was the second? I came to my mind.
Can it give existence to anything else? I think that's one.
How does it fall? It just stands up because it falls.
If anything in the universe, anything else can give existence to.
No, not in the universe, because you don't know the whole universe.
Right.
It can give existence to universe. Can it be accidental, and how it exists in this universe, in this set? The building itself says, I am made, and I am subject to the rules of this universe. Whoever established the order of this universe must establish my existence as well within the order of this universe. So simple. Not because I didn't see another creator, because the very existence of the building shows that there must be an external source to give existence to it. That is stage one. Stage two, this external source must give existence to the universe within the whole context of the order of the universe. As much as I know, We see familiar faces today, new. Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Okay, I think our subject is resurrection. So in order to believe in resurrection, we have to make sure what we are doing and how we are reasoning and how our human capacities work in this world, in order to confirm the existence or necessity of the existence of the resurrection. Watch out, what are you doing here? How are you using your human qualities? Here. Okay.
Yeah, next paragraph. The Creator has secret perfections. His miraculous works of perfections must be manifested for appreciative observers. Perpetual perfection requires perpetual manifestation and the existence of appreciative observers. Perfection loses its value in the view of observers condemned to eternal extinction.
Now, this paragraph is taking the argument one step ahead. Do you notice that? Who would like to share it? What is the one step ahead? The previous paragraph established that the Creator must provide a perpetual creation.
Right.
right? Now, this paragraph is emphasizing on another step of,
Creation.
yeah, what is that?
The way I understand it is, if I was to use an analogy, perfection, as far as I can observe within the order of universe, has its limits, which I observe and I can confirm. So if I was to use this cup as an analogy, if I keep flowing water into it, there's going to be a limit to which I can hold that water, and the rest is just beyond the capacity of this cup to hold. Hence, since I can acknowledge that the source is infinite, in order for me to be able to observe or confirm and kind of experience that, experience that infinitely, I must exist in a form where I can hold more than what just this cup can.
Yeah, but this is the core subject. Now we see that in the universe, somebody or something consciously demonstrating to me that he is infinite. That is established on the previous paragraph. Now, I am given the capacity to appreciate his infinite qualities. Now, since it is the case here, somebody is presenting to me that within my capacity, I am infinite, man. And the other person says, yeah, I understand you are infinite. Now, the problem is, the question remains there. Yes, the creator is absolute. I understood. Let's say I understood. Because we are following it. We are not taking it for granted. Yeah, I'm convinced that the creator of this universe is absolute. And he must manifest his qualities in an absolute form. But how can I make sure that I will be given existence in an unlimited form? That's another question. How can I be sure within myself that, yeah, I will exist infinitely as well? Not by myself, of course, he will give me existence. He will give me an infinite existence. Why? The second paragraph today we read establishes that, look, since the universe is created in such a way that my consciousness, my capacity acknowledges the eternal absoluteness of the creator, infiniteness of the creator. Okay? And I responded back to the creator in an infinite form. We said while we were discussing the previous paragraph, we don't think for 1 cup of tea, although we are given 1 cup of tea. Through 1 cup of tea, we think what? The creator of the 1 cup of tea has to be the infinite one. So I have been given this capacity. Since this is what I am experiencing in this world, it means the universe is created in such a way that if I respond back to the source of this universe, it is for me. It is for me. That is, the sentence says, perpetual perfection requires perpetual manifestation, and this infinite source requires the existence of appreciative observers, because otherwise it would be against my experience in this world. He demonstrates, the source, the creator demonstrates himself as the absolute one, and gave me the ability to acknowledge the absolute one. And I acknowledged that, I trained myself, and I am here for the expectation of the manifestation of the absolute creation. And he doesn't create me. Is it a joke? Do you understand? It is just cheating me. Why? There's no evidence that the creator of me, creator of this universe, is a cheater. No evidence. So since he enabled me to acknowledge the absolute, then if I reflect back, respond back, appreciate the absolute, using my already existence quality, and I can conclude that this is a sign that not only he will create in an infinite form, he will create me also within this infinite form because of the setting of this universe again. Do you understand? Because of the setting of this universe. My quality and the quality is manifested in the universe, and my correspondence with it demonstrates that I have to be given external existence as well. Does it make sense?
That makes sense. I'm having problems with one of these sentences. I don't understand the link between the perpetual perfection and the existence of appreciative observers. I don't understand that requirement.
Yeah, because your quality, you are given the quality to appreciate the perpetual existence, and you are appreciating the perpetual existence, and you are given this capacity, right? So we established on the first paragraph that this perpetual creator, or the perpetual existence, means really pointing to the perpetual infinite creator. The infinite creator, why shouldn't this infinite creator manifest itself in an infinite form? It's infinite. So I have been given the ability to appreciate it. This paragraph we are reading, why should I not be created within this infinite form? Do you get it?
I get that part. I think I understand. The last sentence, though, it seems to reverse the logic, in that it's the view of the observers who are condemned to eternal extinction that the perfection loses its value, as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah. If, for example, I appreciated I understood, acknowledged, and appreciated the absoluteness of my creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I am sure that he is infinite, yeah? And I appreciate it, and I expect the infinite existence in the best form from him. I expect it from him. So if he doesn't give me, it will be a what? Contradiction. For my logic, it will be contradiction. It means why? Why I assume that he may not give. But this paragraph is saying something more. To make sure that, yes, he will create the eternal existence, yeah, unlimited existence. And how about me as the one who appreciated it? Am I going to be given the eternal existence as well? This paragraph is saying, existence of the appreciative observers. This existence must be eternal as well. So my existence must be eternal as well. Don't say after I die. We are not talking about life. We are talking about existence is any form. Existence is in any form. Do you get it? Existence is any form. But we are dying here, No, existence of life must be eternal. Existence of consciousness must be eternal. Existence of my expectations must be eternal. Existence of my expectations of the perfect life must be eternal. Do you see what I mean? Existence, existence, existence. Do you get it?
So is it safe with after acknowledgement, and then we have the attitude of gratitude, you're grateful. It's important to have that unconditional gratitude in order to essentially, where it says, perfections must be manifested for appreciative observers. We acknowledge that it's there. Once you say, I'm grateful, not for a materialistic orange, but the existence. Unconditional gratitude then allows you to not be one of the observers who's condemned to external extinction.
Why unconditional needs explanation? Why unconditional gratitude?
When you made the example of $100, why did I get 100 versus 1,000? That is like conditional or quantifiable.
No.
Where the
Excuse me, there's a misunderstanding in this example. This is a very common language among especially believers, and especially Muslims. They keep saying that we should have an unconditional gratitude. Whatever God gives me, look at the language. Whatever God gives, how do you know it is God? Who is God? The language is just imitative language. So we should run away from this imitative language. Unconditional gratitude necessitates your consciousness, your awareness that whatever you are given, even one breath, you are created. Let's say you are a conscious being, you are created, you say, and you experience the existence of your life or existence. You are aware that you exist. That moment, you have to reflect on it. If you are aware of the existence of yourself, you are given the consciousness. Question the source of existence of your existence. Question the source of your existence. When you question your source of your existence, you say only the absolute one can give existence to this. So acknowledge the absoluteness of the creator of that thing. Now, so this unconditional thankfulness or gratefulness is out of question. This is a common language, what we hear. We should be very careful. What do we mean by unconditional and why? Why should I have an unconditional gratitude? Because of my realization that whether I am given $100 or $1 or $1,000 doesn't matter. Giver is absolute. I acknowledge that. Amount doesn't matter. Quantity doesn't matter. So unconditional gratitude means from our side, nothing. Acknowledgement of the absoluteness of the source is everything. Do you see the difference? So we avoid using the general culture vocabulary.
And perpetual perfection, perpetual, for the way I understand, never ending, perpetual. Yes. The moment that you try to quantify it, that's when it will lose value. The moment you try to put, to not even think about.
It is impossible. Now, how can you quantify it? Impossible, because we are looking at the source of existence. Do you get it? So, source of existence is important. The quantity of existence is not important. So, quantity of your thankfulness is not important. How many times you said Alhamdulillah is not important. Your realization of the source of existence as to be the eternal is important. Keep this consciousness, this realization alive. It means, we call it in this discussion, or in this class, or the languages, we need belief training, exercise. We don't need amount. We need training, realization, better and better and better. But not, we have to be thankful that we are given, we are given life. We have to be thankful that we are created Muslims. We have to be thankful that the Quran is provided for us. These are just baseless language. There's no base. Okay. So this second paragraph today we read established that I must be given eternal happiness, I must be given eternal existence, and I must be given the eternal existence of my human qualities. What do you want? You want to be free from your anxieties. You want to be free from your fears, don't you? I do. Now, this source, this desire will be eternally accomplished. It must be eternally accomplished. Any more comment or question? Then we can move on.
I think we talked about this a long time ago. It comes to mind on a Thursday. But the way and it goes back to his question, the way that I understood this sentence that says perpetual perfection requires perpetual manifestation and the existence of appreciative observers. I think a long time ago there was mention of like this in the ocean, in the world, everywhere there's incredible variety and display for conscious beings. Like the fact that there is the display, conscious beings are necessary in order to observe the perfection. So to respond back. So it almost like the existence of the universe and the existence of the conscious being is necessary in order to be aware of the perfect source, of the source that must be perfect.
But take your existence here as you are. Are you able to acknowledge the absoluteness of the Creator? That must be absolute, must be infinite. You are given the ability. That's your standpoint now. I am given the ability to acknowledge the absoluteness of the Creator, infiniteness of the Creator. And am I doing it? Am I training my human senses with this consciousness? Every experience, every time I experience something, whatever we see in this universe. Now, this training makes you sure that you are going to be given eternal existence together with your senses, all your senses, because all your senses requires eternal existence. No one wants to lose one's sense after a certain time. So we are looking forward to it. We are given this capacity. Yes, we have to start from our own reality, how we are made. The last sentence is an interesting sentence that you read. Perfection loses its value in the view of the observers, condemned to eternal extinction. It means if I'm going to die and that's it, my existence ends, it is contradiction. It means I'm contradicting myself. If I see that my life ends there, my existence ends there, my human qualities, all the human qualities expect to be in the perfect form and eternally there, exists, ends there. It means a contradiction plus an accusation of the source of the existence of your qualities, saying that you are cheating me. You gave me this desire and you are not going to do it. It means our interpretation is wrong, contradicts the reality that I am experiencing. Do you see this point?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, we can continue.
The Creator has a peerless, transcendent beauty. Each name is perfectly beautiful due to this beauty's radiations. How can we grasp such beauty? Earth, one of his solid mirrors of ever-changing scenes displayed annually and seasonally, as well as at every moment, is but a shadow of a few radiations of that beauty, and spring is only one of its flowers. A perfectly beautiful one must desire that his beauty is seen by himself and others. He desires the existence of mirrors to reflect his beauty, and of lovers to show part of his admired grace. Eternal grace and beauty require eternal lovers and admirers. Since one feels enmity toward that which cannot be attained or comprehend, the love of an ephemeral lover for an eternal beauty turns into enmity. Therefore, just as this world requires the existence of a maker, the maker demands the existence of an eternal realm.
Now, it is nothing but a reasoning, using human intellect as we experience in this world. But we have to concentrate, otherwise it is difficult to understand. Because if you follow the reasoning in the text that we read today, the text doesn't accept anything taken for granted. Just look at yourself here. At every moment, we see that each name is the Quranic language with the quality of the Creator, perfectly manifests itself with beauty, because everything has a design in this universe. Nothing exists in this universe with no decoration. It is a part of the creation. Existence, giving a form to the existence, and this form is a design. Everything. A kind of design. And this design demonstrates that the Creator is beautifying everything. Now, we see that this quality of beauty is repeating its existence in everything that we experience. Right? A perfectly beautiful one shows that the Creator has a quality of beauty, making it something beauty. Desires that his beauty be seen himself and others. What does it mean? His quality is to be seen by himself and others. Others means, since the things are made beautiful, for what? I'm reasoning now. Why everything is beautiful? Why everything is made beautiful? It means there will be some creatures will appreciate it. If you make a machine and no one is going to use it, including yourself, why do you make it? Pointless. You understand? So they say art is for art, for the sake of art, but you like it, eh? The artist likes it. It is for himself. Now we understand that the beauty is to be seen by himself. It means he is aware of what he is doing. I must understand that he is making the things beautiful. If I say, no, he is just creating, but it happened to be accidentally beautiful, it is pointless, it's meaningless. Because everything is deliberately made beautiful. Because I cannot explain the existence of beauty by attributing it to the concept of accident, right? So I must, as a conscious being, as a human being, I must conclude that the one who is making the things beautiful is aware that he is making it beautiful. That's what it means here, to be seen by himself. Well, not that, he looks at it, I did a good job. As far as I'm concerned, I have to speak. I cannot speak on behalf of God, the Creator. I say, as far as I'm concerned, I understand that the Creator makes everything beautiful, and he is aware and consciously is making everything beautiful, and I am a conscious being and I am aware of it. What does it mean? I am presented to the beauty consciously, deliberately, and I am given the ability to appreciate the beauty consciously, deliberately. What does it mean? Eternal grace and beauty requires eternal lovers and admirers. It means he is the one who is the source of eternal beauty. He is the source of eternal grace, and I am given the ability to appreciate it, to understand that he is consciously doing it. So I must be created in a form that I will observe this eternal happiness, eternal grace, eternal beauty in an eternal form. So I must be given the eternal existence. Do you understand? If I am not given the eternal existence, how can I appreciate the eternal grace and eternal beauty? So it's a logical conclusion that since I am given the ability to appreciate it, since I am given the ability to understand that the creator of this universe and me is consciously manifesting this beauty and grace, his beauty, and they are eternal, they are absolute. So why is there any reason that for me to conclude that no, he is not going to give me the opportunity to observe, to experience this beauty, this grace eternally? There's no reason. I mean, the universe is not a joke. Now, my creation is not a joke. It's so perfect. I have to conclude necessarily that, yes, I must be given the existence where I experience the eternal grace and eternal beauty. What is this? Paradise. If someone educates himself, doesn't block himself from it, doesn't take a denying attitude, then if someone denies, what will happen? This person will be eternally deprived of it because he denied. If someone acknowledges it in the limited world, he will be given eternally the beauty and grace experienced by this person. So paradise is eternal, hell is eternal.
So when you said, you're given the ability to be eternal,
No, I didn't say we are given the ability to be eternal. I said we are given the ability to acknowledge the eternity of the one who is creating this universe with perfect grace and eternal grace and beauty.
it has given me the quality to become eternal eventually.
I am given the quality to acknowledge the eternity of the Creator. So I have no reason why should I not accept that the Creator is going to give me eternal existence. The language is different. The Creator is giving me, I have no reason to reject or not to confirm that the Creator will give me eternal existence. I am not given eternal the existence by myself. Oh, sorry?
Soul of the body.
Oh, no, don't go into how do you know? How do you know soul is eternal existence? How do you know? Don't copy paste.
Because quantum physics also says that.
No.
The energy release just like wave.
Look at this. Whatever it is, don't say, what do you mean by soul? No,
duality of mind and body, soul and body.
How do you know? Look at
every
it.
particle exists in a wave form and in a.
Okay, physical existence and your human qualities. Use the human qualities as a means of, as a tool of acknowledging the source of their existence. So from there we understand that my source of existence is eternal, not I am eternal. My source of his existence is eternal, is different from I am eternal. I am going to be given eternal existence is different from I am eternal. Watch out for your language. So my source of existence must be eternal. I expect him to give me eternal life. Is different from I am eternal. My soul is eternal. These are copy-paste language. My soul is eternal. How do you know? Right? How do you know? Don't copy-paste the cultural language. Am I being harsh? Very harsh. No, the language, a little bit shift in the language destroys the methodology. Belief methodology, confirming the belief. No, we have to be careful. We don't use belief. We use our human qualities to confirm the content of belief if we use it in the correct way. Because we are given the ability to confirm the belief matters. We don't use our belief. We use our belief when we pray. Regular ritualistic prayers. We use because I must do it, I conclude it, so I'm going to do it. But while we are reasoning about belief matters, we don't use belief as a prerequisite. What is the prerequisite? Are your human qualities, yourself, as you are. So you confirm and come to a conclusion. And this conclusion is your belief. Don't use belief then that I believe that the soul is eternal. Do you see what I mean? Do you see the basis of the argument? And so we are eternal. How do you know? But given is different from must be given. We must be given eternal existence is different from I am or we are eternal. Or my soul is eternal. Based as it is obvious to me. Yeah. So No, the last sentence is very interesting. Therefore, yeah, just as this word, look at the reasoning, just as this word requires the existence of a maker. It's very simple human experience. This word needed a maker, right? The maker demands the existence of an eternal realm. If I conclude that this word has a maker, yeah, and this maker must be not limited like the thing he made. And also, we have been discussing this made universe points to the limited. Made universe points to what?
The limitless source.
Unlimited source. So this unlimited source demands the existence of an unlimited manifestation of existence, which is called the eternal realm, which we call it resurrection in the language of the Quran or religious sources. Resurrection must take place because, very simple, this world exists. And on a temporary base. It's very interesting. This world exists on a temporary, in a limited form. That's why eternal realm must exist. We have to start from this world, always. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple. Yeah.
A little.
Is that?
A little. Yeah.
A little bit simple.
When
So the
when you
training,
understand,
it
yeah.
needs training. If you are not bored of my repetition, I know that I repeat a lot, especially the word existence. Every class, we use at least 20 times the word, at least, sometimes 100. The word existence, existence, existence. Don't get fed up with it, please. Watch out. Because what is missing in the culture, this dimension of existence is missing in the culture, and when you miss the existence, you miss everything. You fall into pre-assumed language. And also, okay, we have only a few minutes, we should stop here. And we shouldn't read further. And also, those people, not only the believers, those people who claim that they believe, yes, they believe, but on which base, I don't know. It doesn't work for me, but I don't know. It may work for others. Well, I understand everybody has different approach and different capacity. None of my business. I'm responsible for myself. For me, if I neglect existence, I cannot be comfortable about I cannot be convinced about my existence. And especially as far as the subject that we are dealing with here, eternity or resurrection is concerned, I cannot be convinced about it. So simple. Okay. If I ignore existential side of the argument, I cannot make sure about my belief conclusion or the conclusion, which is my belief. But it is equally true for those people who deny. They can do so, they can deny the Creator by, who will conclude? Neglecting the existence of the things, omitting it. It becomes possible for them. And they say science is going to discover the things are being come on.
Explored.
Explore the more and more, we will find out more. What are you going to find out? The source of existence of an atom? Within the atom, what are you going to find out? Source of existence of accident in the existence of the atom, what are you going to find out? Any sign? Any sign? Any logical evidence that I can approve? So when you neglect the existential side of anything and base your argument for belief will be baseless. Your argument for denial equally will be baseless. Why? Because here, man, we are here. So we have to take our reality to start with for our argument. Where are we going to start for our argument? We are Muslims. We can trust the Quran. Eh? No, it doesn't work. We have to start our argument from our own being. How we are. How we see it. Look, I look at it and I can see the light. I can see you. I can see this. I can breathe and I can experience that my body is working. The cells are doing that as much as I can see. You don't have to be a biologist. You don't have to be, I don't know, geologist in order to understand how the earth is doing. No, just to see it, experience it. When you are hungry, you eat your orange. But what's going on? What's that? You look at your own being. It means existence. So when you base the argument on existential side of it, first, you never fall into denial. Second, you never fall into imitation in your belief. That's why, that's our word. That's how we are. That's how we are created in this world. That's just how we are. That's my reality. I am responsible for my reality here. Get it? Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Do you want to make the announcement for next Saturday?
Yeah, next Saturday we'll be here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Then next Saturday we'll announce that.
Okay.
So next Saturday again, as usual, at 11 o'clock, Thursdays at 7 o'clock, inshallah, we will be here. Assalamu alaikum.